everybody. Welcome to Fazenda Bacuri. Now, this is an older map. It was released in, I believe, February of this year. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I don't really remember anything about this map, but it has had a pretty substantial update with quite a number of things. And it said new save game required. So we got some new crops. Napier grass, safrina corn, ryegrass, peanuts. The peanuts are for silage. So it's quite an expansive map. It's quite different than the other Brazilian maps that I've tried out, although it has the standard stuff like the lime, a lime mine, and the biogas and the big pioneer grain sales. It has a kind of funny thing. You start out. I bought this in land. You get field 11. I purchased field 9 for testing, and you don't even own. So, quirky thing. Your farm is here. That's where all your equipment is, but you don't own the land. That's all you own. You only own field 11. So here we are at the farmyard. Not much more of a just a. I don't even think this is a. Yeah, you don't even have a sleep trigger yet. Oh, there it is. But you don't own the land. It's 800,000, and there's no way you could be able to buy that unless you sold. No, still wouldn't have enough. If you sold everything, you wouldn't be able to buy this. So let's buy that now, because that's where your silo is. And your sleep trigger, and you got a pasture, chickens, obviously. Anyways, so that's part of. I'm pretty sure that's part of the basic map before the changes. The changes, what we're going to do today. Actually, I've purchased this John Deere because I wanted to, and this big planter, and we're gonna test out the new crops. With this planter, and we're just going to see. I planted already our field with the ryegrass, and now we're going to, what do we have for choices here? Pinto bean. All right, I think the pinto bean was part of the original map, but we'll do a strip of that. And then we're just going to do a strip or two down the side of this, down the side here. The peanuts are new. Peanuts. So they're way over here. Peanuts, the third from the right. The description says peanuts are being used only for silage, but it has a sell price. So, well, we're going to figure out what that's all about. How do we harvest peanuts? Well, I'm glad you asked. With the potato harvester. There you go, peanuts. It's obviously modded for, this map. And it's half price, so that's nice. But nothing else as for these. The only thing changed from the actual potato one to the peanuts is the price, nothing else, and that the fact that it harvests peanuts. Anyway, so we'll be trying that out. As much as I don't like root crops, we'll have to try it out because well, it's peanuts, and we're gonna see what it's all about. All right, so I'm going to plant over this potato crop here because we know what potatoes are all about, and I don't want to harvest potatoes. And so we're going to do some pinto bean and, well, all the rest. And then we're going to see how do you harvest them and what it's all about. All right, so I'll get back to you once we've done planting all the strips. Okay, I'm back. Here we are again with our continued testing on a Fazenda Bacuri. So for some reason, when I replanted this this field, I planted two different kinds, but that's okay. This is a ryegrass. Looks very lush and yummy. So this is what it looks like in the second stage of growth. The Napier looks pretty scant, if you ask me, but we'll see how it turns out. Shall we look at our PDA here? I have taken a strip with the planter, which is these wide spots up, and then the seeder here of every type of crop you can plant. I didn't do poplar or sugarcane because those require a special planter, and I don't have the one seeder that plants everything installed. So if you want to see sugarcane or poplar, you have to do it yourself. Anywho, let's. I just planted it, so here we go. And of course, we got the potato in between. So you'll see what that looks like. Looks like in the first or second stage or first stage of growth. This is planted first stage, so this looks like it's probably first stage as well. So we're going to keep an eye on this, and I'll be back with to let you see what these look like after it just pops out of the ground. We'll be back. Okay, well, we fast forwarded overnight, and it looks like we missed a couple of, might have missed a stage. This field 11's all ready to harvest, so let's go take a look at what Napier looks like when it's ready to harvest. It's quite green. Looks like it's kind of a, some kind of plant. What do we harvest it with? That's a good question. Let's look at headers. It lists the corn. That must be the maize too. That's going to be interesting. What is normal header? That's the sunflower header. Okay. Corn headers. Yeah, okay. So that's Napier, the last one there. Well, it has corn and the other corn. Corn maize 2 is a little corn cob, and the big corn cob is actual corn. Okay, well, it'll be interesting to see how that all works out. And we're just going to zip over here to the ryegrass. This looks more typical of a rye in general. Let's see. I believe that was just a regular. header. Yeah, there's that. There it is. Between the white colored ryegrass. So that's a normal regular header. Let's hop in here and zip. Well, let's start with, because the reason I planted all these different crops is a lot of different maps have very different textures to their what the plants look like. So here's cotton. That's pretty much in a, well, not ripe yet. Sugar beet looks pretty standard. The potatoes looks good. This is grass. I planted grass so you can see what planted grass looks like. It looks somewhat the same as the grass that is naturally occurring. Oilseed radish looks pretty good. This is the ryegrass. That's what we were seeing there before it's ready to harvest. Napier again, on its second stage of growth. Canola, not yet flowering. Oat, that looks pretty. I must say the textures look very nice, and it's not as sparse as I thought it was going to be as it first. Barley, that looks nice. Wheat. Soybean, very nice. Sunflowers. That looks pretty good. That's a nice, not too sparse. That looks very much like real life type of sorghum. That looks a little sparse to me, but maybe it might fill out on its second stage growth or the next stage. Here's the peanuts. I don't know how long it takes peanuts to grow. It might take longer. Don't know what peanuts look like in the ground when they're planted. So there you go. Here we have corn. Corn looks pretty thick and lush. And this is the maize too. So I planted the corn next to the maize too because here's regular corn, base game corn. And this is what they call the maize 2. We're going to see how that turns out. And then Napier again. So, looks like there's stuff on the top. Like a little, can hardly see it in here. Oh yes, and way over here, the pinto beans. Very nice and colorful. All right, so that's it. We're gonna wait. We're gonna set up the harvester and or harvesters and see what needs to harvest them and what it's like. Okay, be back. Fast forwarded, and everything is ready to go. Of course, this is the oilseed radish that it will never be ready to harvest because that is not what it does. So we'll give a quick run through. Cotton looks pretty normal. Here is the sugar beets. That looks very nice. Ready to go. Here's the grass. Looks like grass. We might get a mower out and see what it looks like. I think it's pretty much basically grass. Oilseed radish, of course. Here is the ryegrass. We have seen that already. Very nice. This is the Napier. We're going to see what that looks like when we're harvesting and what happens with it. It looks very tall and yummy. This is canola. That's nice. I like the texture. I don't know if it just seems the textures are very nice on this map. This is oats. Very nice. Barley. Very barley-like. Wheat. Wheat looks good. Now here is soybeans. Looks a little thin, but not as thin as some maps and not as bushy as the standard base game soybeans. So we're going to see what it looks like when we take the cultivator or the harvester. Sunflowers looks a little different than the in-game sunflower. It's kind of a darker. I believe the base game sunflowers are kind of like more of a light brown. But it looks kind of a lot like some of the other maps has that look to us. The sunflowers. Here's the sorghum, much more sparse looking than some maps. Of course, we're going to get sorghum in the 2022. It will be interesting to see what that is like. Here is the peanuts. The peanuts are ready, and this is what they look like when it's ready to harvest. We have the harvester ready. We will be doing some of that. That is so we might just put the corn. This is ready to harvest, so it's not. It has a different look to it. It's not all that really dried out looking brown. Perhaps a Brazilian corn is different. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to harvest some of that. Here's the maize too. Now this looks more like, although the textures, the design of the corn plant is different. It looks similar to the regular corn. Not quite. It looks a little different. And of course, the ready to harvest look is that dried out brown look to it. Over here, now this is the Napier, which looks a lot like corn actually, just slightly different. We're going to see this is ready to go too, so it's just bright green. And of course, last but not least, the Pinto Beans. So we're going to hop in real quick here, and we're going to start trying out these things. How do they unfold? Yes, yes, yes. And of course, the yield. What's the yield like? Well, it's not. We're not straw. No straw. Well, the yield isn't particularly crazy. Pretty much, I would say comparable to soybean type yield. Yeah, we're not getting a whole ton of yield. Of course, I'm running the tool height control for the harvester header. That's why I'm running at 26 miles per hour. Like I say, this video is a test of the different crops and all the crops and so forth. Oh, it has a light. It's a beans. It's kind of like a bean, pinto bean. I don't know if you've seen them in real life. If I recall correctly, you have the kidney beans, which are dark red. The pinto beans are much lighter color like that, and they're spotted. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get trailers set up here so I can dump them in, and then we're gonna see, see maybe to sell some of it. Okay, I'll be right back. I just wanted to show you the massive size of this store area. I have just bought a whole bunch of trailers and trucks to set up in the field here, and I love it. I love big, massive store areas where you can. I bought 13 trucks and 13 trailers, and they all fit in here, no problem. Right on. I'm gonna go set up these trailers now. I just wanted to show you that. Awesome. And it's got a nice, fairly wide gate. It's not the widest gate, but I'm pretty sure 13 and a half, the biggest header will fit through here. Okay, see you in a bit. All right. Well, here we go with the Napier grass. Is that no? Says it's ready to harvest. Pretty sure it's the, oh, I bet you it's corn header. Corn header. Yeah, I think this is used with the corn header. Okay. We'll move on to the sorghum. I believe it's next. The pinto beans yielded pretty good. Oh no, this is the maize too. Huh. You would think you would use a corn header for this. And I would be wrong because it uses a regular header. Okay. No straws available. Okay. It's always good to check. It's got a kind of an interesting discharge. Looks kind of corn stalkish. Now I have the smaller header on here just because of the smaller strip sizes here, and we're going to get down into the where the seeder went, and that's only 13 meters. I did 2 strips of these because I just wanted to see. I guess I could have just done 1, but that's an interesting crop, like a soil texture that gets left behind. Kind of very, interesting. I like it. I like it. I like the what the. Oh, I neglected to say who the map maker was. Lost Gamer. I don't remember seeing any other maps by him, and I could be wrong, of course, because I have been once or twice. But I'm really impressed with this map. I mean, it has some quirks to it, but it's not like game-breaking quirks. It's just a kind of the quirk of how it's set up, like with the sleep trigger being on in a spot where you have to buy it later. So that's kind of quirky. It's not unplayable by any means or anything like that. It just means you're going to have to if you want to play it as it's set up. I would imagine you'd have to work that field that you get using what you have, build up your money and save up your money till you can buy the farmyard with the silo and the sleep trigger and so forth. I didn't try. I guess I could try to see if the sleep trigger is usable even if you don't own the land. I'm sure that would have been in the actual review. I don't remember watching the review on this. That's why I was kind of perplexed. I mean, it's like, okay, because there's been a bunch of Brazilian maps, and I do like the Brazilian maps because generally, for one thing, the look of the soil is usually different. Now, this soil has a redder look to it, but not the really bright red of some of the other Brazilian maps. Also, the extra crop types are always nice, and what I don't understand is why don't all the other map makers add? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how difficult it is to add a new crop type to when you're making a map. Maybe it's incredibly time consuming and difficult, and you have to do a bunch of stuff. Perhaps that's why you see a lot of even some of the most recent maps that have come out as just basic standard crop types, which is not bad. Because I mean, well, it is what it is. But any map that's coming out now, you would think to generate any kind of interest in it, it would have to have something. Now, the Port Limbo has treasures, which is an added feature that would that you would like, and I've done a review on that later. This is the corn, regular corn. Here we go. Now this has what I would have, this ground texture now. This is just a regular corn, but it's pretty much taken everything off of here. There's not much left at all for this. I would have thought the maize 2 ground texture afterwards would have looked. This is what you would have got. That is what you would have got for this. Trying to speak English is my first language, I swear. Yeah, so here it is. This is corn, as you would know. That maize 2 yield was pretty good. This corn's kicking out quite a bit. Yeah, we're gonna be full before we make the next, get to the end of this row here for sure. All right. All right, well, this is corn. Let's need to see, we should be able to dump this on the ground. And it wasn't letting me, yeah, see, that's going on the ground, but it wouldn't let me drop the maize 2. Curious. Curiouser and curiouser. All right, we'll meet you over at the, I'll meet you over at the sorghum, I believe, is regular. Oh, okay. Let's do sunflower. Yeah, there's sunflower. All right, well, looks pretty, well, that's how it looks. Let's turn around. The yield looks pretty decent. This is double twice fertilized. We're just gonna see that soil composition. It's been fertilized or has 2 states of fertilization. It doesn't need lime or plowing. And so just so you know, that's maximum yield for this map under the base game. That's not using precision farming or seasons, because those precision farming and seasons will have an effect on how much yield, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on what you do. All right, here we are by the Napier grass, and there it is. We are harvesting. What? What is going on here? Oh. What is it used for? There's nowhere to sell it, and I'm not getting any yield from it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to. What's going on? Yeah, Napier grass. What is it used for? Do you mow it? Like yeah, okay. Well, we will get back to that when I figure it out, if I figure it out. All right, as you can see, I got a forage harvester, and the Napier grass is a forage crop. There it is, Napier, forage crop. That doesn't explain why you can, well, harvest it, but you don't get anything. So, that's definitely a little weird. But there you go. That is what that is. Let's scoot on over to, I believe this is sorghum. Now, depending on the map, yeah, sorghum is not harvested with a corn header. And I think that's it for corn header type crops. All right, here we are at the ryegrass. Oh, of course I need to, because I forgot to do that. As you can see, there's kind of a strip run through some of these. There we go, ryegrass. Oh. There's a bonus. So with ryegrass, your straw slash byproduct, it looks like grass, plain grass. That's a nice little bonus. So with ryegrass, which I think not river bird, river bend. There's one other map that I played a long time ago that did that same thing. Now you can with the regular forage harvester, you can harvest it as a forage, as chaff as well. Oh, I can't dump this stuff here either. Interesting. Oh, no, get in the truck. Get in the truck. So this is oats. Very nice. We'll carry on. Just thought I'd show you the soybean. The wheat and rye and oat all look basically pretty much standard. Soybean has an interesting kind of leaves, an interesting ground. Kind of more of a covered, thick kind of ground covering after you harvest it. Like a terrible description, I know. And the next one here, I believe. Oh, the sunflower. Well, we already did sunflower. We're not going to be able to do that with this. Here we have sorghum. Sorghum should be able to be harvested with a regular header. And there we go. Sorghum pretty much looks like yeah, well, that's it is what it is right there. Sorghum. That's sorghum. And I think that's it. Oh, it's nice and red, bright red product. Let's get this peanuts going here. Now this is it's described as a forage crop. So I'm not sure. Okay. Oh man, it's slow opening up, isn't it? Okay. I'm getting peanut. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's slow. Very slow. Worker. No worker. We're like right in the middle here. No, worker will not work on peanuts. Just to beware. If you do peanuts, you're gonna have to do them all yourself. The yield is, well, peanuts. Really? Okay, yeah, I guess we can't take peanuts in that trailer. Wow, lots of little goofy, not goofy, odd things, with the different crops. So you have to be careful with peanuts as well as you have to check the trailers to see which trailer actually holds peanuts, because they don't all, or especially the modded ones, if you have a favorite trailer like these here. Well, it's not my favorite, but it's what I had. That doesn't hold peanuts. So it looks like the base game trailers have been modified in this map to hold peanuts. There we go, peanuts. Kind of looks like peanuts. Yeah, look at that. Peanuts. Cool. All right, where do we sell peanuts? Well, we can sell them at the Lizard Agro Industrial. Let's go do that. All right, here we are at the, it's a huge facility. Lizard Agro Industrial, selling peanuts. And there we go. Not a bad price for peanuts, actually. The market actually pays out even better. Double what that was. All right. What else have we not harvested? I think that's cotton. We're not going to do cotton. All right. Well, I'll be back to wrap it up, I guess. All right. Well, here I am at the first field that I did with the ryegrass. So here we see this was the ready to harvest. I have harvested it, and here's the byproduct is grass, and it is regrowing. And here it is on the stage of growth just before ready to harvest. You do not have to replant ryegrass. It is a perpetual growing product with the ryegrass itself sells for pretty good price. This is on easy economy, of course, but $1,700 per 1,000 liters. That's good, and you don't have to reseed. It's like it's like grass field, except you get an extra product plus the grass, and it regrows. And you don't have to mow it. You use a regular harvester, and then you can pick up the grass and use it as silage or grass or whatever. So that's the bonus part of this map, along with all those other crazy great crops, added crops. Now this is my overall impression of this map is really good. It doesn't have a lot of downside to it. The fields are big and open. They're expensive, but the crop prices are good. The yields are decent to good. Here's the rye again over here. It says we cut it. Where it is, we cut it and it grew again. So, yeah, my impression, this is a great map. I think I'm considering doing a Let's Play on this map just because of all the crazy neat crops on here. It gives lots of variety. There's lots of sell points. Lots of variety for sell points. The map is full size. It's got some great open areas. The shop is huge. You can get any kind of equipment in or out of there. It has a nice farmyard once you buy it, with chickens and a big cow pasture. Yeah, so there you have it. That is the I'm gonna mess up saying it again. Fazenda Bacuri. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing that. By Lost Gamer, and there you go. That's your quick test. Not that quick, but your test of the crop tests and some of the sell points and so forth of this map. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you liked it, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and remember, it's a game. Have fun. Till next time, bye for now.